I can't do that anymore. I just can't.
It's not news that celebrities have been navigating how to keep their private lives private for years. Since the days of old Hollywood, tabloids have been exploiting the stories that actresses and performers tried to keep quiet. But in recent years, we've had a more intimate look at our favorite celebrities' lives than ever before. We get to see it all unfold on social media. So it can be seen as going against the grain when major celebrities like Billie Eilish stay quiet on their feed. It keeps us all guessing. Why? Why does Billie seem to be so set on staying so private? Why does she work so hard to keep her dating life out of the public eye? Or does she even have a dating life going on at all? And if she is trying to keep out of relationship headlines, what's the deal with all this time she's been spending with Matthew Tyler Vorce? And when will we get a relationship confirmation?
I have been trying to think of it for months.
It can be hard to balance how much of our lives we want to be public, even without the celeb status. So for Billie Eilish, at only 19, the fact that she's being so careful with what she shares is pretty impressive, if not pretty unusual for someone her age. After starting her music career at just 13 years old, she's had time from a young age to learn what kind of public persona she wants to build. Since she has lived almost her entire life in the age of social media, we know that she's had a front row seat to all of the good and all of the bad that can come along with being young, famous, and in the public eye. In an interview with Capital Breakfast with Roman Kemp in September of 2020, Billie shared that she's not interested in being more open about her relationships for a couple of reasons, and part of that is her personal experience.
And like the tiny amount that I let the world see, I regret.
The other reason for keeping quiet is a question worth asking. What if the relationship goes bad? Billie's fear is that if that happens, then
everybody has this like whole opinion on your relationship that they have no idea about. So it's very much like not.
For those of us that have managed to have strong opinions on the relationships we do see in the headlines, and for those of us who have been in relationships that might look different from the outside, we can definitely understand the appeal of keeping the story to ourselves. So if she's keeping a lid on her romantic relationships, why has she been spotted around town with Matthew Tyler Vorce? And who is he anyway? Though we still don't know for sure how the two met, or really even how long they've been spending one-on-one time together, their unclear history hasn't stopped tabloids from drawing some conclusions. To be fair, when they have been seen together, they look like old friends with, at the very least, some history, if not some shared intimacy today. The photos that caused all this new buzz are of the two walking Billie's pit bull, Shark, around town in Santa Barbara, California, getting coffee and even snuggling up together out in broad daylight. In the photos, the two are dressed casually, with Billie wearing a Snoop Dogg hoodie and Jordan Moto bike shorts, while Matthew was wearing an oversized sweatshirt, cut-off jeans, and a New Orleans Saints face mask. Since these dating allegations started making headlines, Vorce's Instagram, which describes him as an actor, writer, degenerate, has gone private, likely in response to the major increase in attention he's receiving these days. It's worth pointing out that his followers have noted that he is, in fact, followed by Billie's mom and brother on IG, and follows them back. So while we may not know what he's posting, we love to know that Billie's family is getting to know him a little better. Dare we hope that they maybe have even had the chance to meet him in person? What we do know is that Matthew Tyler Vorce is an actor, a podcaster, and has been trained in improv at the Groundlings and live theater at Playhouse West. His acting credits include Mother, May I Sleep with Danger, Little Monsters, and Dark Hours, Typee. Most recently, he was working on a podcast called Searching for Putty Man, an investigative podcast about disappearances in LA's Griffith Park. Sadly, the podcast isn't available to stream anymore. Despite requests, neither Vorce nor Eilish has commented on their relationship, but we all know a photo is worth 1,000 words. And from these viral pics, we're getting an earful. In that same 2020 interview with Roman Kemp, Billie shared a bit more about her view on relationships that has us second-guessing all our instincts and wondering whether she and Vorce might just be really good friends. Billie shared a bit more about her romantic past, saying that she has had her heart broken, sure. People have done some terrible stuff to me. The crazy stuff I've gone through, I've never felt powerful in a relationship.
realize you're falling in love with someone, it can be scary.
She even confessed that she did feel powerful once, and she took advantage of that person's kindness because she wasn't used to it. With that kind of emotional dating history, we're not surprised to hear that she's cooling a bit on the concept of dating altogether. All of us fans of Billie, sometimes called eyelashes, marvel at her maturity in being able to be so self-aware, and even to acknowledge that maybe now is not the time for a relationship. She seems to be taking the decision of whether or not to date very seriously, and that's pretty impressive for a famous 19-year-old. In another interview, Billie told British GQ that she's not feeling particularly interested in dating overall right now. "It is so weird, but I don't see it for myself. I know I'll find someone eventually, but at the moment, I can't visualize it. I feel like I'm a totally different person when I'm with someone else. People just don't do it for me. It's weird." Though we'd like to think she said all this before spending time with Matthew, and that her heart and mind have been changed, at this point, it's impossible to say. Whether or not this guy is really a beau, the one thing we can say for sure is that we may never know for sure. We're just hoping she does decide to keep us posted when she's found the real deal, because, let's be honest, we all just want her to find the kind of love she deserves. Younger celebrities face the biggest challenge when it comes to putting up personal boundaries. They've had social media their entire lives, so it's much less normal when they don't want to share every detail of their personal lives, and it takes a lot more self-control. On the flip side, there are artists like Taylor Swift who have made entire careers out of sharing their relationships with the world because they see the value in that kind of transparency. The ups and downs of dating and heartbreak makes for relatable music for sure, and sharing your stories helps pass on the lessons you learn so that others don't have to learn it the hard way themselves. But that approach doesn't work for everyone. We know it would be really challenging to have so many personal stories shared for the public to consume and judge, especially when so many eyes are pointed at celebrities to begin with. That's why we love to see major celebrities working hard to find their own balance and way of doing things. For Billie, she's working hard to protect herself and her future relationships by setting the standard that her private life is private. By taking this approach, she gets to work to be known for her style, her music, and overall body of work. And because she's willing to take these steps in not letting media and fans all the way in, she's helping to pave the way for future celebs or young fans who might feel pressured to share more than they'd like on their platforms. And don't we always stan a woman using her power to set new standards that protect others? So we'll wait to see where her love life takes her and continue admiring her musical evolution and style choices in the meantime. But until the day when we get to celebrate a Billie Eilish confirmed romance, we're dying to know.
Yeah, I have something in mind,
Okay.
but we'll get there.
What kind of a celeb would you be? Keep your dating life to yourself or put all the beaux on blast? Comment your answer below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more of your favorite Billie Eilish content. Thanks for stopping by The Things Celebrity. Catch you next time.